I don't pay much attention to what happens politically in our country, but there's one event that'll hold a special place in my heart. On June 26, 2015, it was announced the Supreme Court officially legalized gay marriage nationwide. Despite not being gay myself, I still have plenty of friends and family that are bisexual, gay, and lesbian. I first found out about the news when my homosexual friend dragged me out of the room and showed me the television. And I was happy for them. In fact, my two uncles actually got married soon after that day. For me, it felt like we as Americans really hit a breakthrough in history, because now everyone has the freedom to love whoever they so desire. Those who know me well enough know I have a knack for interactive media, which is basically producing a creation of any kind from electronic device. Some examples being animating, story writing, and voice acting. So it should be pretty obvious that pop culture would have a big influence on me throughout the years. And it has. Mostly in the realms of video games, internet, and television. On November 18th of 2009, the full version of a simple yet entertaining PC game known as Minecraft was released. With me being so young when I began to play, this game was what first brought out my creativity, simply because players can create whatever they can think of while playing. But Minecraft also made me start to draw as well. The blocky design on the monsters and animals looked extremely well done, and inspired me to start making my own creations. Not to mention that this game was a sort of gateway that led me to other video games I play today. I can appreciate any form of art, especially if it's categorized in the horror genre. There is a group on YouTube known as Stack TV, who on June 20th of 2009 uploaded the first episode to their web series called Marble Hornets. The series is posted on their second channel, Clear Lakes 44, and consists of 4 main characters, Jay, Tim, Alex, and Brian, throughout the duration of 87 episodes. Jay is a film student who goes on a mission to find out what exactly happened to his friend Alex when he suddenly disappears after showing strange changes in his personality. While doing so, he meets Tim, who is unknowingly connected to the mysterious happenings, including the disappearance of Brian as well. As the series goes on, the two continuously encounter a macabre being known as the Operator, who seeks to stop the boys as they try to escape the nightmare they are dragged into. Marble Hornets became popular rather quickly, especially in the paranormal spectrum of the internet, and it pushed me to start writing supernatural stories and made me consider to begin production of my own mystery-themed skits. On October 10th of 2010, a television series was aired on the Hub network as a remake of its older versions, this one being the 4th generation of its time. The show was titled My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic. Despite this being a show meant for younger girls, it instead caught the attention of a male audience that were mainly in their teens. By watching this series, you can tell that from the first season to the most recent season, the animation, dialogue, and storylines have improved greatly in quality. This show is what made me start to create my own characters to go along with the stories I've been writing, to the point where I began developing my own drawing style as well. It's also what got me into animation and voice acting. I find it amazing how these 3 forms of media have inspired others to create their own works of art as well. And still to this day, all 3 fan bases continue to grow in popularity. Since my hobbies are in the area of interactive media, I would obviously need a device to work on my projects. On March 2nd of 2011, the iPad 2 was announced to the public, and a little after a week on the 11th, it was finally put on the market. At first I was expected to share it with siblings, but I was a selfish little brat. Everyone in the early 2000s was ecstatic about the touchscreen technology, so one could only imagine how a hyperactive child like me would react. Fortunately for me, after a year or 2, the iPad officially became mine to keep. I decided to use it to make my artwork, such as drawings, animations, and stories, so it definitely helped improve my creativeness. But I became addicted pretty fast. A popular pastime among many people, and a favorite of my own, would be the annual convention. These events are held at different places in the world during different times of the year. The one most would come to recognize would be the famed Comic-Con located in San Diego, California. But the one I would most favor is our state's OhioCon, found in Columbus at the city's convention center. This con had first started in the year 2001 and is held at the end of January every year from then on. I've only attended it twice, but I can say with the most confidence I can muster that it is the most fun I can have out of the whole year. These events have changed me socially, from being able to show off my creativity through my costumes with pride, to meeting new and interesting people who can show off their own. My knack for making cosplays was greatly increased since I've been to my first convention, and it's better improved my skills as a seamstress when it comes to making them from scratch. On April 1st of 2003, a company by the name of Rooster Teeth Productions was founded in Austin, Texas, and set forth to soon be one of the biggest and most popular companies in the multimedia world. The company produces content such as animation, video game commentary, and machinimas, just a few including their works of X-Ray and Vav, Achievement Hunters, and Red vs. Blue. Since they are one of the highest-ranking corporations in media production, it's not surprising that I look up to them. Not only did they boost my motivation to achieve my own creative works, but they show to provide probably one of the most exciting professions that I could hope for. And if given the opportunity, I would absolutely take a job there. When it comes to fashion trends, I might as well be living under a rock. Even when I am aware, I don't technically follow along with the styles of fashion. I simply pay no attention to them. That is, until I started middle school and suddenly noticed that almost every boy that was in a higher grade than me was wearing their jeans sagging below their waist. And here's this innocent 12-year-old me thinking, what? Am I missing something here? Turns out the style began sometime in 2010, for whatever reason it held, and I was just oblivious until 2 years later. I guess part of the reason I disliked it was because I never really got the concept to why guys would do this. But mind you, this was 6th grade, and I had a 4'8" height disadvantage against pretty much everyone. So I basically had to say hello every time a Mr. Decorated Boxers would stand next to me, something I very much did not appreciate. If anything, this trend made me want to wear more clothes, because seeing someone that exposed reflected back to my self-esteem, making me think I was too exposed. So I turned to the personal rule to show as little skin as possible from that point on, even if it was 80 degrees out.